Well, good morning from Belgium, and we're in a place called Prowes Point, and I'll just show you this cemetery here where we're next to. We spent a couple of nights here, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Prowes Point's named after Major Prowes, and he was of the 1st Somerset Light Infantry following action on the 31st of October 1914. And the enemy captured a section of the British trenches in a sunken road just near where the cemetery is today. Major Prowes led an attack without artillery and support, and his men, armed with only small arms, they quickly overran the enemy, incurred no casualties and won a bloodless victory. And for his initiative and leadership, he was promoted to Lieutenant Colonel, awarded the DCSO. So we'll just have a quick look at this cemetery. So this is a small cemetery on Prowes Point.
The fact that the gravestones are in different locations dotted about implies to me that they're actually where they fell pretty well hastily buried, and they've been left like that. There's also, I can see over there, a couple of German ones.
There's 3 German ones here.
4 on there as well.
And there's
One here as well.
There's one here as well, so there's 4 German in this cemetery. So this is quite important in this location here, and
we're 3 minutes away from where the Christmas Truce was meant to take place. We're going to walk up there in a minute, so it's just a simple field, but this is the monument erected 100 years after the alleged football match. Obviously UEFA have been involved with it, and it represents a smashed shell casing with a football on top, and they had a ceremony here in 2014, and as you can see, people leave footballs in various states of disrepair, and the ones that are significant, for want of a better term, i.e. some of the top footballers, they're actually in a museum in the foyer close to here, because obviously those would be probably pinched, unfortunately. And there's also trench lines here, and they're not, in inverted commas, real trenches. These are sort of made up to the time. So have a quick glance at these. So this is very much how the trenches would have looked in 1914. Similar construction to how it was in 1914, but these were constructed more recently on the line of the original trench. So that's I'm not sure whether this is the Allies or the German trench. And then just across the way there's another one, and there's a genuine pillbox here as well.
so this would be probably the English side or the German side. We're not sure. It doesn't actually tell you. In fact, there's
English writing here, which implies this is the English trench.
Yeah, but like I say, this is only just a mock-up of what the trenches may have looked like in the Christmas Truce field over there, which we're going to go to. Let's have a look at this pillbox as well. Is it a pillbox?
Yeah.
So it's some kind of shelter, isn't it? Not a pillbox.
I think they call them pillboxes. You can't really see in there, but basically it's
Oh, you can't see in there.
a fortified structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
This here is the field where they had the Christmas Truce football match. So people from England will be aware of quite a famous advert on TV a Christmas advert, and I can't remember which it's for, but
I think it's Sainsbury's, isn't it?
yeah. But
we can't put it up because it'll be copyrighted.
Yeah.
Even though it'll be a free advert for Sainsbury's, but hey.
So in that advert, it depicts the Germans singing Christmas carols in their trenches, and as the British joined in singing Silent Night in English, eventually one side, not sure which was first, came out of the trenches and they shook hands in no man's land and swapped gifts, cigarettes, chocolate, anything, and then they had a game of football, or maybe it would have been a kickabout, we don't know. But
well, I think it would have been tunics for goalposts like we used to do as kids.
yeah, so that was the field where it happened.
And that's why this memorial's here.
Yeah.
From 2014, when the UEFA commemorated that event.
So what we're going to do now is head on to St Nicolas Church, and that is where, both for the British at one point and the German another point, was a field dressing station. And in that field dressing station at one point, when the Germans had it, was a well-known, as we know, Adolf Hitler was tended for his wounds there. I think he had an injury to his shoulder, so we're going to head on up to that now. But we need to pack this mess up, and we've got a little bit of an issue going on here, haven't we? We were struggling to get power into the power bank. We've run out, so, and it's not very sunny, so
It's forecast thunderstorms.
yeah, it's the forecast thunderstorms. So, and I suggested that we bring the electric hookup, so when we go to a campsite we could charge it up. But James said no, we won't have enough room in the van. Well, he's got a load of clothes that he's not wearing in there, so we could have taken his clothes out and we could have put the electric hookup inside, so we could have charged it up at a campsite. So we're in a bit of a predicament. Hopefully it'll get sunny. It's starting to break through a little bit, but mostly cloudy. So behind me, this is the church of St Nicolas, and this is the one that we were talking about, where Hitler was tended for his wounds. At that time it was a German dressing station. So let's see if we can go inside.
It's Sunday.
They may be all praying. Well, it's open, isn't it?
Yeah.
This church, it was demolished during the First World War, apart from the crypt, which is where the dressing station is. And I think this might be it. Is this it? Or is it the other way? Here we go. So this part here is the surviving part of this. Is it very dark? It implies that it's not open. So we'll have to put some photos of it. We came here a couple of years ago, and we'll have to find some photos we can put of what it looks like down there. So you're gonna light a candle, aren't you? And this is for all the men. What? Oh yeah, you can put it up there. This is for all the men who fought and died in the First World War. Alright? Is this the right? Oh, this is the right way. We can go down into the crypt. Oh. We went the wrong way, didn't we?
We did.
So yeah, after all, we can go down in the crypt. So here we are. If these walls could talk, because during the First World War, this was a field dressing station to both sides on separate occasions. I keep treading on those panels that cover wires up. So Hitler came here when he was injured, just out there on the battlefields, for an injury on his shoulder. And whilst he was being attended for his wounds here, Churchill was also on the battlefields near Pluck Street. You keep standing on them things, don't you? So Churchill was down there fighting, whichever direction it is. I've lost all sense of direction now, but Hitler was in here. In the Second World War, he returned to this very spot.
Hitler?
Yeah.
He was a runner, what's called a runner, in the First World War. And runners delivered communications, because obviously other ways of passing on information, telephone wires and whatever, could easily be cut by shrapnel and whatever. So Hitler acted as a runner, and the average life expectancy of a runner was 2 weeks. I think he did it considerably longer, but he did manage to pick up a wound.
Well, not enough to...
And he earned the Iron Cross, didn't he?
He earned the Iron Cross out in these battlefields. But it's ironic, isn't it, that the life expectancy of a runner is 2 weeks and Hitler managed to survive.
How things could have been different if he hadn't.
Things could have been very different.
But, you know...
For a better reason, could have been different.
I know.
So... imagine... You keep standing on them, don't you? Imagine all along these walls here.
Walls could talk, okay?
So,
That's you.
that's me. Soldiers being tended for the wounds, because like I say, it was also a dressing station for the British as well at one point.
At a different point.
Yeah, imagine them all laying in here bleeding. And I can imagine this centre part here would have been like an operating table where...
Quite possibly.
Yeah, imagine the blood running on the floors.
So these pieces here demonstrate how badly the church was originally damaged. Because these are pieces of the church from before. Also, they've kept them as artefacts, but the church was pretty well built from the ground level up. Right, should we head on?
We'll head on. So that's the crypt of St Nicolas. So we've arrived at the Pool of Peace, but it's actually a mass grave as well. So these trenches were close to the front line. Here we go, we found it!